Today we're going to talk about the biggest problem facing the real estate industry today, and it is not what you think it is. Hello my people, as you know I'm a real estate agent in the Chicagoland area. You could tell I'm from the Midwest just by the snow. And if you haven't seen any of my videos before, please, if you end up liking this, like the video, leave a comment below with your thoughts and your feedback, and please subscribe so more people can see the content and benefit from it and have a better life. Now, today's topic is near and dear to my heart because I am also a real estate agent. So this problem that we face in the real estate industry is a problem that I face. So I have a vested interest in hopefully getting it resolved. And my hope is that this video simply raises awareness for all the new agents coming in and all the old agents of like what the real problem is and how we can solve it. Without wasting any more time, I'm gonna tell you exactly what the biggest problem facing the real estate industry today is. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is, drum roll, this is not a drum roll, but whatever, real estate agents. That's right. Real estate agents are the biggest problem facing the real estate industry today. Reason being is, I'll say it this way, the level of incompetency and stupidity that I have to deal with as a real estate agent from other real estate agents is absurd, okay? Reason being, the barrier to entry to get a real estate license is so minuscule, it's non-existent. It's a 90-hour pre-licensing course. Anybody with a brain could pass, or some common sense. So you have people who are either not fully committed to making this a career, you got people doing it as a side hustle, you got people who just want to do it part-time, you got people who are just giving it a shot, give it a good old college try. And when you have, people who are not really serious about a career, for example, if you want to be a doctor, right? It's like nine years of school, and then you 2 years of your whatever it is you do at the hospital, and then you become a doctor. So by the time you get there, you have to be super serious about that career and committed. Whereas in real estate, 90-hour pre-license course costs you $500. Boom, get your license. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Now that's on a low scale, but if you think that 87% of realtors are failing out there, and how many real estate agents exist and how many real estate agents get licensed every single year, that's a lot of people not making money. And if you have all these people who are not serious, uncommitted, not willing to educate themselves, develop the skills, they're doing it part-time. When I end up having to do a deal, and I'm doing a deal with somebody, an agent like that, not to put him down or anything like that, but when we're trying to put a deal together, now I'm dealing with an agent who's not answering their phone, won't respond to emails. We have urgent problems that we can't get resolved, and due to that, deal falls apart, right? Or I've had situations where I am trying to schedule a showing for a client of mine, but I cannot get anybody on the phone on the listing side to respond and confirm an appointment. I've had even worse where I'm trying to make an offer. I can't hear back. I've had worse where I've made an offer, got a counter, and then never got a word back. And then the most annoying one is whenever an agent, well, obviously if you're doing it part-time, of course you're not going to commit yourself to getting the skills and the knowledge you need in the industry, right? So the worst thing is when you're dealing with an agent who has a seller who's extremely unrealistic, but that agent doesn't know how to handle that seller, right? That agent doesn't know how to present an offer that may be perceived as a lowball offer. So now the agent's offended and the seller's offended, and it's just irritating. It's completely unprofessional, right? So that is the biggest problem facing the real estate industry. You have way too many agents who are doing it, I could say part-time, or they're not fully committed to seeing this through as a career, so they're not investing the time and energy and effort they need to make the best out of it. I mean, if you just go and read my reviews, and they're all 5-star reviews, but if you just read them, they'll all say, is extremely available, always answer this phone, super nice. I feel like that's the basis of doing anything, right? If you're not available as a business owner, then what are you doing? That shouldn't be something that people notice, but they do because no real estate agent picks up their phone these days, and it drives me crazy. That is the biggest problem with the real estate industry. The barrier entry is too small, non-existent I should say, and that causes a lot of people to get into business that are not serious, who gives us serious people and you a really bad name. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because there's finally a solution, something that I've been preaching for years, and that, ladies and gentlemen, Canada has come up with. Yes, Canada has solved the biggest problem facing the real estate industry. And I just discovered this like a couple of weeks ago on Instagram when a few of you actually DM'd me letting me know that Canada just incorporated this new law where you have to go to school for 2 years before you get your real estate license. That single-handedly solves all the problems in the real estate industry. And if you go to 2 years of real estate school, are you going to know how to be a real estate agent? Absolutely not. I'm sure they're going to teach you the same garbage they teach you in the 90-hour pre-licensing course. They're just going to stretch it out. But that's not the point. That's not why it's so effective, okay? It's effective because now the people who are not serious about it, they're simply not going to get into business. For example, no one's going to just go and try to be a doctor. Like, let's give this a shot. You know, it takes like 10 years to become a doctor. So you need to be committed. So now, less people will just give it a shot or want to do it part-time as a side hustle because now it's a commitment. Now you have to go to school for 2 years before you have the ability to sell real estate. And that will just simply get rid of all the people doing it part-time, and you'll only, I shouldn't say only, like now majority of people who are getting involved are going to be people like you and people like me who are serious and want to make this a career. Because I get a lot of new agents that are like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, don't worry. Other agents don't. Nobody knows what they're doing. It's ridiculous. So I'm hoping that this solves the problem. I don't know how accurate it is or when they're going to implement the law or whatever the case is, whether it's 1.5 years or 2 years. But I do know they're doing something where it's a longer period of time, and that will single-handedly solve the problem. Because guys, it takes less money and qualifications and time to become a real estate agent and sell someone's highest valued asset than it does to become a barber and simply cut hair. And I'm not even talking about like a hairstylist going to beauty school where that costs even more money. I'm talking about a barber where they just teach you the fading and things like that. Just think about that for a second. Cut hair, sell someone's highest valued asset. Cutting hair takes longer and a more bigger investment than selling someone's highest valued asset. And I hope this video, again, raises awareness, brings attention to the problem, and we stop blaming Zillow or the internet and et cetera, and the technology for pretty much eradicating the real estate agent, because we need to take responsibility for this because it's us causing the problem. If we were so good at our jobs, trust me, nobody's on Zillow, nobody's using technology. I mean, my clients don't use technology, they just reach out to me. So same's going to be for you because you're watching my YouTube channel. That means you're serious, right? So that's the biggest problem facing the real estate industry, and Canada has resolved it, and I'm hoping the US does as well. If you like the video, if you like this type of content, please like it, leave a comment, let me know what you think, what your thoughts on the biggest problem is, and please subscribe so we can get more people seeing it and raise more awareness. Thank you so much. Have a great day.